Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Charanjot Singh is already an e-tiger. Yes, he has won the first of the two semi-finals of this AIFF's e-football challenge. But we've got another mouth-watering encounter lined up for you for semi-final two, as Lokmanyu will be taking on Vignesh. This should be an exciting one as well. Who will join Charanjot Singh as the other e-tiger to represent India at FIFA's flagship tournament, the FIFA E-Nation Series 2021. Let's just have a quick look at the updated bracket then for those of you as well who weren't able to join us at 2:45 p.m. this afternoon for the first semi-final. It is Charanjot Singh who had an emphatic 5-0 victory over Jenna Sid. It was just not his day in his own words. But the other semi-final now that we look forward to is Lokmanyu versus Vicky. So this is the updated bracket, as you can see on your screen. And just to give you a gist of what this tournament is about, for those of you who weren't able to join earlier, it is contested between the top 16 Indian PlayStation e-athletes of the FIFA Global Series rankings. And the round of 16 and quarterfinals are already done. And we are at the semi-final stage, and as I already mentioned earlier quite a few times, this is of course the most important juncture of this tournament, because the winner and the two finalists rather get to represent India as the E-Tigers in FIFA's flagship tournament, the FIFA E-Nation Series 2021. And as far as the journeys for these two players, Lokmanyu and Vicky, are concerned, well, for Lokmanyu, he got past Saksham Ratan, the seed number 3, but a very close margin indeed. It was a 5-4 victory, 1-1 in the first leg, but Lokmanyu nicked it in the second leg, which was a thriller of a game, a 4-3 encounter. And then in the quarterfinal, it was relatively comfortable with a 6-3 aggregate scoreline against seed number 6, Sean John. And for Vicky, well, a nail-biting affair in the round of 16, 4-4 over the two legs, but Vignesh, also known as Vicky in the world of FIFA, nicked it 4-2 on penalties against the very strong seed number 2, Aditya Chadda. In the quarterfinals, then Vignesh again ended up drawing 3-3 against Sagnik Banerjee, seed number 7, but again, it was on penalties where he claimed the win, 3-1. And that's how the two players have made their way to the semi-finals. So without further ado, let's call upon the two second semi-finalists, Lokmanyu and Vicky, ladies and gentlemen. Hey guys.
Hi Prem.
Hi. So listen, I asked this question to the first two semi-finalists as well, and I obviously should be asking new questions, but it is such a tempting one to ask. Lokmanyu, this is the first eFIFA challenge that AIFF has organized, and you, of course, have been such pro gamers all your lives. But what are the challenges, and how's the feeling playing in this particular tournament so far?
I mean, like I've always spoken about this to everybody that has asked me what's this tournament's about. So I think it's basically all your hard work for since the time you started playing competitively, FIFA at least, and it all comes down to this because you have a chance of representing your country. And I don't think so. There's anything bigger than this because every player dreams of this, no matter what seed number you are. If you're seed 1 or if you're seed 16. If you're getting an opportunity to represent your country, I think you'll give it your all. So I think I'm pretty sure, considering how Vicky and I both were so low seeded, here we are in the semis. So that just goes to show that if you keep working hard, I think you'll get a shot of representing your country. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Vicky, I just went through your round of 16 and quarterfinal score lines, and you actually won both games on penalties against tough opponent like Lokmanya today. Do you see this game also going all the way?
Actually, both the quarterfinal and as well as the round of 16 games were pretty intense. I somehow managed to win the games on penalty. So, but I'm looking forward to this game, and I hope that I could win between the two legs.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys, for the quick chat. Won't take too much of your time. You got to go, focus, prepare, and may the best player win. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So as the two players now prepare to get on to the semi-final, and as they set up the game, it gives us a chance to see how they've fared so far in the two games that they have played. Well, Lokmanyu first up. Let's just have a quick look at his statistics. Now, it's not really been the best tournament in terms of being emphatic for Lokmanyu. As you can see, 11 goals scored and 7 that he's conceded. So, well, a goal difference of actually just 4, which is not the best if you compare it to, say, our first two semi-finalists, but you just never know. I mean, the result of the first semi-final showed us that this is really unpredictable and absolutely anything could happen. But as far as Lokmanyu is concerned, of them. brilliant. Enjoyed that thoroughly. I hope you guys did as well, and we hope to see more of the same again today from Lokmanya. But what about his opponent today, Vicky? Just asked him about the two games that he's won on penalties. Will this one as well be on penalties? What do you think? All right, then local news top moments, but we only have time now to have one quick look at the best of Vicky from this tournament so far. So let's just have a quick sneak peek into that. All right. So sorry for the inconvenience, everybody. I know you've tuned in for the game, and we will have the game very shortly. The e-athletes are experiencing a few technical difficulties, but until then, we've got some entertainment lined up for you. We are going to be seeing the top goals up until this stage. So the top goals from the quarterfinals, not the round of 16, just the quarterfinals. Here is the total goals package, which I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and we'll make sure that we change the connection soon and the match starts. All right, then. I hope you enjoyed those goals, and they were indeed quite something. And now, and just as promised, the game is indeed about to begin. It is a mammoth encounter. Everybody, Vicky, who's going up against local. And this is going to be, well, let's it's closer than what the first semi-final was. It was touted to be a very close game because they were two very high quality gamers indeed. But the margin for error at this level is so minimal that you just cannot predict anything. One mistake here, and well, it's a murder at the other end. But what will happen between Lokman and Vicky? Vicky, of course, as already mentioned, he's not actually won this game or any game so far on aggregate, but he has notched up a couple of victories on penalties, and well, that should give him a lot of confidence in terms of winning games. That are very closely fought indeed. As far as Lokman is concerned, his first game was quite tight, and so was his second. It was a 6-3 win, so not a romp, but not a difficult one either. So I'm sure that this will be the toughest test for Lokman as well. And as he alluded to actually in the chat before the game, these two players aren't very highly seeded as far as this particular tournament is concerned, but they've still ended up coming to the semi-final. So they certainly deserve to be here. And Vicky certainly looks very intent on getting the better of Lokmanya. Just like our two first semi-finalists, these two have also or must have also played each other plenty of times in the past. But when it gets to this stage of the tournament, there are no friendships and it is just pure rivalry. They did play a friendly game a couple of days back as well, but this is anything but a friendly. And there is a place to represent India at the FIFA E Nation Series 2021, and that is what these two are battling for. And it's already started. We are underway here, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed going to be a classic encounter. Class of 92, which is Lokmanya, of course, and Wolfpack. is Vicky, playing with the black and red. And here he is, Neymar. Already seen Neymar do his heroics, doing what he always does. Neymar Jr. in the first game. And can he come up with the goods in the second as well? It's Fernandes now. The first game didn't really end in the way we would expect it to. A pretty one-sided affair, but you can be sure that this game will be anything but that. Makelele now. This is already looking like a very even affair between both players. They're both looking sharp, looking to steal the ball off each other's feet. Simon. Now Makelele again. Back with Simon. They're looking to make inroads into Lokman You's defense, but it is standing rock solid at the moment. And he's taken it off his opponent. Diata losing out though, and it's Vignesh who's got it back. Neymar, and as usual, looking to get past his player. It was Bruno Fernandes who will be on the free kick, but it's taken short instead. A bit of an anti-climax that. I wonder if it was set in the right range to take it on all the way. But now it's Lokman who's on the prowl. He's galloping forward through midfield. It's Ronaldo. Cancelo. Now Jones. Looking for options. One in Cancelo. Those two combining so well in tandem for Lokman Yu so far. I wonder if there is an opportunity to be mustered up through the two of them. Ronaldo again, twisting and turning, then looking for options. It's been taken out though, and here comes a wolf pack. That is Vicky Fernandes. Lokman Yu certainly trying hard and succeeding as well to a certain degree to get a stronghold in the game. But here comes Vicky now at the other end. It's a crucial challenge indeed, and that came in from Jones, preventing a certain shot goalwards. Here is Jones again. Such an assured presence that he has in midfield. Neymar now. Mbappe. Jones again. Some cheers coming in for the two players as well. We saw one in pre-match for Lokman Yu. Now on that one for Vicky. And here's another one for Lokman Yu. Loki, come on, says Tejas Agarwal. Keep the chat coming in, guys. That is what football and FIFA is all about. It is about playing, of course. It is about passion, but at the end of the day, it all boils down to conversations. That is how the fans get to show their passion. So keep those comments coming as these two players continue to battle hard on the pitch. Simon went one way and then decided to go the other. Now Makelele, as usual, a short presence, and now Neymar. He's away from two, looking to cut it back onto his right, and eventually it was Makelele who lost it, and Mbappe it was who was back there doing his defensive duties, and now he's very well going the other way. Green grass ahead of Mbappe. Here he is, but Cancelo was equal to the challenge. Gets it away for now. Makelele again. Certainly seen a lot of the ball here for Vicky. Hasn't quite been able to make anything of it. And now this is Neymar looking to make inroads into the defense. Fernandes, chance for a shot. wonder why they're playing that extra pass, and now it's the opening goal. Well, Vicky was knocking on the door for quite a while, and well, Lokman New's defense has finally been broken. And you have to say it was a slight defensive mistake that let Mbappe in, and well, Mbappe just does not miss those. So he's opened the scoring in this semi-final at the moment, as we are on the cusp of half-time here. It's Vicky 1, Lokman New 0. Such an important time to score as well before half-time. It just changes the entire complexion of the second half. This is, remember, for those of you just joining us, a two-legged affair, just as the first semi-final was. But either way, momentum is always key. You always want it on your side. And at the moment, it is Vicky who has it on his side. Half-time then, between Lokman New and Vicky in the first leg. That man, Kylian Mbappe, on the score sheet. Plenty of chances for both teams, and an engaging first half of football indeed. But of course, there will be plenty to come in the second. A 1-0 margin is hardly unturnable in this form of football, and particularly at this level, which is the semi-final of AIFF's FIFA Challenge. And off we go now for the second half of the first leg. Lokman it is who has to come from behind for that all-important equalizer going into the second leg, and perhaps even getting himself the winner. Who knows? Anything could happen in 45 minutes of football. Well, anything could happen in a minute in football. As they say, it only takes 30 seconds or so on the clock to score a goal. So now, though, it's another chance. It's another goal. Wow, it's Neymar this time. First Mbappe, now Neymar. The two PSG men have caused all the damage here, and Mbappe had done late in the first half. Neymar now inflicts pain early in the second. A real stab in the throat that for Lokman New, who has an uphill task from here now. You're seeing a pattern, aren't we, from the two semi-finals? We saw that in the first semi-final as well, that when Charanjot scored that goal, he mentioned post-match as well, when he scored early, he had that momentum, and then after that, he just quite didn't allow Jenna Sid to get into the game, and Jenna Sid admitted to that. He said that yes, after that, after conceding that first goal, I was not able to get back into the game. And you just wonder if Vicky as well is doing something similar here against Lokman New, because he's conceded late in the first half. And just as Lokman, you might have thought that, okay, there's still another half of football in this game and another leg to play as well, so nothing's lost. But then Vicky comes out and scores very early in the second, which is a real killer blow, or could certainly be a very killer blow to Lokman chances of becoming an E-Tiger and getting into the final here. As it stands, it is Vicky with a 2-goal advantage here, and still looking good, still looking sharp, still looking strong from midfield. Here is Fernandez now to the goal scorer Neymar, the second goal scorer, that is Tavernier. Mbappe to Fernandez again. Just an extremely well-gelled team, this. And he certainly has some magic in his fingers today, does Vicky. But this is what this tournament is all about. We've seen some cracking games of FIFA so far in the round of 16 and in the quarterfinal stage as well in AIFFC FIFA Challenge. But at the moment, Lokman New is lagging as far as the scoreline is concerned, but it also opens up an opportunity to make a thriller out of this game. Who knows, he might just come back to win this one 3-2. Mbappe. Fernandes. Now Neymar. Chance for a shot. Well, still going Neymar, but eventually is shouldered out of it by Cancelo. Just wonder if he took one touch too many there. Neymar had a couple of chances to take a shot at goal, but decided not to. Chance went begging, and now this is Mbappe losing out this time. Stopped by Jones. Biata, I've got to say, not too much possession for Lukman New in this second half, but he has had a few chances, and that one from Neymar was certainly one of them. Fernandes now marshalling the midfield, marshalling his troops from midfield. Nice touch from Mbappe, gets it back from Neymar, and he's away from the defender here. Can he get his shot off? A back heel instead. Fernandes now, just a forest of legs there, a forest of red shirts, doing a good enough job of getting the ball out. Fernandes again. A really high octane encounter here so far, but no goals for Lokman New yet. And well, we saw clean sheet, not just in the first leg of the first game, and there's, well, just as I was talking about a clean sheet, the chances of that have been vanished for good by Lokman New as he stabs in for 2-1. Mbappe it is for him as well, who has come good, and now, well, we have a game on our hands, folks. It was a very well worked move indeed, and in the second half you could see that Lokman New, even though, well, he might not have been having so much possession, but certainly as far as chances went, he was creating a few. And I mentioned that Neymar chance a few minutes ago, where he probably should have shot earlier, and certainly took a cue from that. And Mbappe shot early, and he shot the back of the net indeed. 2-1. Maradona, Mbappe, Fernandes, still looking for options as he always does, but it's been stolen now. Mbappe looking for a first time ball to Ronaldo, to Neymar, those two combining. It's back with Mbappe though. It's Neymar who's ran the right hand side channel. He couldn't quite go all the way, has to pull it back now. Fernandes, they've gotten into the D here again, and threatening signs indeed for Vicky, who you have to say now, as the second half wears on and we reach the end of this first leg, he has indeed been lucky to keep the scoreline at 2-1, and that's what he'll be hoping for in the minute and a half that remains here as well, because we go into the lead from the first leg into the second, and we've got some time, a couple of minutes of breather, but now he might not actually need that, but for a fantastic save from the goalkeeper, it will be a corner nonetheless. The last chance perhaps of this game. I think it is going to fall to the man who's leading the game, and that is Vicky. Can he make it 3-1 here and be an absolute thorn in Lokman New's way to the final here? He gets it out for now, and there's the full-time whistle. It's Vicky who snatched up the first leg here. He has won this game by 2-1. He took the lead early on through Mbappe, and late on actually in the first half, and then early in the second it was Neymar who doubled the money for Vicky. But Lokman New is still very much alive in this one. He's got plenty of chances, and he did himself a huge favor indeed by pulling one back before the second leg. It is poised gently, it is poised vulnerably indeed from Lokman New's perspective, but everything to play for really. And already he was saying better semi-final in terms of competition than we did in the first. The first one was, of course, Charan Jot Mastery Show, but this one is a very closely contested one, and it could really go either way. At the moment, it's 2-1 to Vicky, but you just never know in these kind of games. And you just got a glimpse of Lokmanyu there as well. He looks intent in the chat before the game as well. He was certain that he absolutely wants to win this and represent the E Tigers, but there's an equal amount of intent that's been shown by his opponent Vicky, and you can see that in his game. He's got some really crisp, sharp passing. His reflexes are absolutely on point this evening, which is something that he would know it had to be against an opponent like Lokmanyu. And perhaps for some of you who've actually followed their games and know them, they have played each other in the past, and some of you might have thought that okay, Lokmanyu might just have a slight advantage going into this one, but Vicky is proving everyone wrong. He is the one who's actually in the driver's seat right now. But 90 minutes on the clock, the second leg of the second semi-final is just about to begin in a moment, and it's indeed, this it's just a fantastic initiative from AIFF to organize this e-football challenge, and there's just been so many juicy encounters. We're seeing that from the semi-final as well. Just an eclectic band of FIFA that we're getting to see. One-sided affairs, penalty shootouts, close games like this. This is what gaming is all about. This is what FIFA is all about. This is what football is all about. And that's perhaps, or let's hope that we get to see some of more of the same as we did in that first half. Almost ready to go now. You can see Lokmanyu just having a chat, perhaps needing a bit of a pep talk. Might not have expected to be here at this stage after the first leg, but you can see from Vicky's body language that he's really focused. He knows that he's the one, and it's his to lose now. So he absolutely has to keep concentrating, and that focus has to be absolutely unwavering for the next 90 minutes on the clock for Vicky as well. If he can do that, then a reminder for everybody that he does become an E-Tiger and joins Charan Jot in representing India at FIFA's flagship tournament, which is the FIFA E-Nation Series 2021. But that is a later affair, ladies and gentlemen. First up, we have the second leg of the second semi-final, which has kicked off. It's 2-1 in favor of Vicky. Can he snap up the victory here, or can Lokmanyu come out all guns blazing and turn the tide in his favor here? Jones on to Neymar. And a chance might be opening up here. Well, the defender just backed up for a moment. Not quite sure if that was the right thing to do for him, but well, he did it anyway. And chance goes begging. Okay, again, just wonder if both teams sometimes have been playing the extra pass when it's not required either. But it's worked so far for Vicky. Perhaps not so well for Lokmanyu, but he is looking to make inroads here. It's a good run being made by Neymar. He is into the box, twisting and turning in typical fashion, and now it's fallen for Ronaldo here, of all people. Don't want to be giving away the ball to Ronaldo in that position, but they have gotten out, and well, Vicky survives by the skin of his teeth again. You can see that intent from Lokmanyu. He absolutely wants to win this. Rohit S says, let's go, Loki. Lokmanyu, just like Vicky, plenty of supporters and encouragers. Good to see you guys in the chat as well. Keep those comments coming. Let us know your thoughts on this game as well, and which way you think it's going to go. Come on, Vicky, says Anirudh Rajan. João Cancelo. Just holding it up. Vicky, there's no need for him to rush it. That's good proper hold-up play would just do the trick here for Vignesh. Here he is again. This time looking to muster up an attack. This is Dalot. Mbappe. Back to Diego Dalot. Now James. Fernandes. Looking for options and he's fronted by two red shirts as well. Now Neymar. Neymar. Twisting and turning, but just turned into a red shirt. And Sita Lakshmi Rajan says, keep going, Vicky. Well. It's just like me playing in a stadium for a player, isn't it? You know that so many players and fellow players, fans have come to watch, and when you're down and it feels like you might end up on the losing side, that encouragement, that roar from the fans is something that you really crave when you're looking for that motivation to keep going. And for these gamers as well, for Lokman, as you're seeing here, is Jagannath Chaki Prasad says, let's go Loki, who's of course a fellow player, of course, but that's just the kind of encouragement that is required, particularly for a player like Lokman right now in the situation that he's in. He's trailing by a goal, not by much, just a goal, but at the moment as it stands, it is his opponent who is set to become an E-Tiger. Can he come out all guns blazing here? It has certainly been an encouraging start here to the second leg for Lokman, but Vicky looking to muster up opportunities of his own and absolutely kill this game, and indeed this tie for good. It still remains 0-0 so far, approaching the half-hour mark in this game as Wolfpack get a free kick. It is a three-man wall. Will Neymar go direct here, or will it be a dink in the box? And he goes direct. Not quite sure what he was trying to do there. It seemed like a chip, but it was quite far out for a chip, considering that the goalkeeper was manning his goal. Chance goes begging for Vicky. I've been mentioning how Lokman is the one who's trailing in this game, but for Vicky as well, it has to be taken absolutely nothing for granted. As here comes Lokman, one mistake, and in the blink of an eye, it will be 2-2, and the balance will have swung in Lokman's favor. So it's always said, actually, in football and FIFA, that a 1-0 lead is perhaps even more dangerous than a 0-0, because a 1-0 lead and the opposition scores it's 1-1, you know exactly where the momentum is, and that shift of the pendulum can be so dangerous that the second goal can come just like that in quick succession. So Vicky is indeed walking a tightrope at the moment. Mbappe still has the ball here. Jones. And now space opening up here. Neymar again. Wonder if that shot should have been taken sooner, but has a penalty been given here? Oh, this could be a huge moment in the semi-final. Fernandes standing over it for 2-2. It is equalizer. Just before halftime in the first leg, Vicky scored the first goal of the semi-final just before halftime, and now Lokman returns the favor by equalizing late in the first half of the second leg. Wow, what an encounter this is turning out to be. Lokman leading this game now by a goal to nil. It's 2-2 on aggregate, and if it stays this way now for the minute or so that remains on the clock, it is going to be set for an absolutely grandstand finish in the second 45. Well, and there it is. It's quarters being played of the semi-final, and there's just the 145 that remains here to be played. It's really something that you cannot predict. Who do you put your money on here? It was certainly Vicky who got the better of Lokmanu in terms of the scoreline and how they played in that first game. But Lokmanu here certainly impressing his authority, and he is indeed in the ascendancy here in the first half of the second leg. As we move on to the most important half of this particular tie. Well, no time to catch a breath here. Jones. Lokmanu now with some short, crisp passing. You can see that that connection is there now between him and his players, and indeed his brain and his fingers. Fernandez turning away. That's nicely done by Mbappe as well. Back to Fernandez. Now Makelele. Simon. Vicky has it here and is looking to keep it as well, but it's been stolen away here. Ronaldo is looking to be released there, but it's come back to Makelele. Now Neymar pushes it on to Fernandez. Pushes it on even further to João Cancelo. Neymar again. Makelele seen plenty of the ball in these opening exchanges of the second half. Fernandez, and now chance perhaps to shoot, but that physical battle was won by the defender on that occasion. Cancelo. Thought about nasty dash down the right, but saw that his fullback had a yard on him, decided to pass instead, and now it's come all the way to the other wing with Bruno Fernandes. He's looking for options to waiting in the box if he can find one. Neymar. Tavernier. Neymar again. Lokmanu on the prowl, but it was a bit of lapse play there by class of 92, and Wolfpack have it back. Remember what I said about Vicky's games, the round of 16 and the quarterfinal, both were won by Vicky on penalties. Stands at a 2-2 so far, but there's plenty of FIFA still to be played here. Bruno Fernandes. Mbappe now. Oh, look at that from Mbappe. Went past his man as if he wasn't there. Makelele again. Toying with the defender. So does Mbappe. There's so much more to Mbappe's game, though, isn't there? One of the brightest young prospects in world football at the moment, and has been for quite a while. And that is purely because how young he actually is. Much like the gamers that we're seeing in action at the moment, he is indeed an absolutely thrilling talent, just like the likes of Lokmanu and Vicky and Jenna Seth and Charanjot, of course, who was already an E-Tiger, and all the others who contested in this tournament. All 16 of them are superstars in their own right. Of course, not everybody can represent India by virtue of how many places there are open for it. Neymar now. Fernandez. Mbappe. Back to Fernandez. Some neat play here by Lokmanu, who's going for style over substance at the moment. He wants to win this, but he wants to absolutely win this in style and score the kind of goal that will certainly be included in our pre-show package, perhaps in terms of the goals of the semi-final. It's always a temptation, isn't it? Not just a temptation, but pertinent conversation in in FIFA and football and sport in general. To win ugly or to lose beautifully. Well, the perfect combination would be to win beautifully. That is, of course, not always possible unless you live in utopia. But that is certainly, by the looks of it, what Lokmanu is going for here. Now Jones looking to make inroads. No way through the white wall, though, at least not for now. Into the final 10 minutes of this game. Can someone find a winner here? It's been stolen away now, and it's Vicky who's on the break with Neymar. He's got support left and right, chooses to go back, and that's been cheaply given away. What a chance wasted that was. And they can't quite think about that now because it's Lokmanu who's looking for a winner of himself here. James Fernandez now. Cancelo. Again, very patient. Is this the calm before the storm, though? If Lokmanu does end up winning this, he will be absolutely ecstatic and be going into the final so high on confidence, having come back from a goal down to win this game, or to win this tie, rather. But Wiki might have plans of his own. Some defending to do for him here, though. Fernandez. One Fernandez dispossessing the other. And now Makaleli. He's not the fastest player you'll ever see from midfield, particularly if you've seen the likes of Mason Mount and Go in recent times, but certainly can find a pass as we've seen in the past. Now here is Mbappe, who can certainly find the back of the net as we've already seen in this tournament. And now it's Neymar! Oh! It's 3-2! Neymar on target again. And well, is it Vicky who is becoming an E-Tiger and going into the final of AIFF's E-Football Challenge here? Wow, what a game of football. But is that the winner, ladies and gentlemen? Still some time left now for Lokmanu to salvage something. But my oh my, Vicky was absolutely on point there with his moves there. And Neymar it was who helped him finish it off and perhaps cap off a very hard fought victory indeed. Well, you can see the exasperation for one player and the excitement on the other side of the spectrum for Vicky. But maybe not just yet. Maybe not just yet because there is perhaps still some time left. And as I already alluded to earlier, well, there's the goal. What a finish that is from Neymar. Nothing short of what you expect from a player of his caliber. But now it's going to be very difficult indeed. And that indeed did prove to be the final kick of the game. It is a fiercely fought contest which has ended 1-1 on the night, but 3-2 on aggregate for Vicky. Lokmanu tried his best and did get back into the tie as well, which indeed was a thriller of a game. But as I alluded to in the first semi-final as well, there has to be a winner, there has to be a loser, and Vicky today has come up trumps. Hi guys, can you hear me? Got to have a quick chat, obviously, with both of y'all as we did pre-game as well. Vicky, I think we've just lost Lokmanu for a second there until we get him back. How was that, Vicky? I mean, you know, the first semi-final, you obviously know how it turned out, but particularly for you, you've had very close games in the round of 16 and in the quarterfinal. Of course, this one didn't go to penalties. It almost did, though. A very close-knit and hard-fought victory. How does that feel, and how does it also feel to become an E-Tiger now?
So obviously it's a great opportunity for me and for both of us. So yeah, I feel really great and I'm really proud of myself for making it to the final.
Okay, all right. Congratulations to you then. It will be Vicky versus Charan Jyot in the final, and you two will be playing for India as well very soon, I believe. So all the best for that. Well, I don't quite think that Lokmanyu's internet is working very well, or is it now? Okay, just as I say that again, it's a commentator's curse this time, probably the presenter's curse. Lokmanyu, can you hear me?
Yeah, Prem, I can. Hi.
Yes, I was just talking to Vicky and discussing what a hard-fought victory it was, and particularly, after you went down in that in the first half of that first leg, you came back into the game, but it wasn't to be your day.
Yeah, I think it wasn't my day. Plus, you know how the online connection is like whenever you're playing FIFA, the delay, it's very difficult to adapt to that. I just could not do it today. Probably just not my day. I think Vicky played really well, and I wish him the best. I just did not turn up to the occasion, plain and simple. Should have done better. But I'll work upon this and I'll be ready for the next season.
Yeah, okay. All right. I think we lost Lokmanyu there again. But anyway, it was great having you guys on the show, and indeed a pleasure to watch such two high quality gamers play and battle it out in an important game such as this. All the best to you, Vicky, and Lokmanyu, if you can hear me, to you as well for your future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed our broadcast of these two semi-finals. They were pretty contrasting in nature. The first one was, of course, a heavy final win or a heavy final defeat to Jena Sid, whichever way you want to see it, and Charanjot Singh coming out on top in that one. And in the second one, a very hard-fought victory for Vicky, an incredible game of FIFA, which has gone in favor of Vicky, and Lokmanyu, the one who's missing out. So, on your screen, you can see the two E-Tigers who will be representing India in FIFA's flagship tournament, which is, of course, the FIFA E-Nation Series 2021. But before that, they will also be battling it out just as fiercely, just as vigorously as they did in the semi-final, in the final, which is going to be the culmination of AIFF's eFootball Challenge, which will be on the 4th of April at 5 p.m. right here where you're watching us, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. So do join in for that, and thank you so much for your company over these couple of hours. It's been a pleasure. From me, Prem Deshpande, and the entire team, signing off for now.